Yo, what is up guys? Red Stag here. In today's video I'm going to give you my 5 top tips for improving your Project Diablo 2 mapping experience. It's going to be a short one, so without further need for an introduction, let's get into it. Tip number 1. Get cannot be frozen on you and your mercenary too. This one's pretty obvious, but I could not write a mapping tips video without including it. Cannot be frozen on your gear is absolutely essential for mapping. Being frozen reduces your attack speed, reduces your movement speed, and now in PD2 reduces your faster cast rate, and this all applies for your mercenary as well. This will hinder your mapping experience significantly and is an absolute essential for both you and your mercenary. Nobody wants to be slowed like heck, and now that you can equip mercenaries with gloves, boots, belts, there is no excuse. Why do you think Cannot Be Frozen is such a well sought after corruption? Nobody wants to use Ravenfrost, but if you're on a budget, it's better than nothing. Tip number 2. Know your immunities. This is more than knowing if you deal fire damage or magic damage or physical damage. This is about knowing what immunities the monsters in the map can spawn with. I'll leave a link below to the Project Diablo 2 wiki, which highlights all of the monsters, their immunities and their resistances for you to check out. For example, if you're a fire combustion sort, you really want to avoid tier 3 maps, even if you have infinity, as those Doom Knights are going to slow you down significantly as you can't break their fire immunity. But other tier maps, go for it. Tip number 3. Defensive considerations. Now, this can be pretty broad depending on what character you're playing. However, generally try and get reasonable resistances or other defensive attributes. Now, I'm not saying you need 75 all resistances in hell, but at least try be above 0. Trust me, it will save you a ton. Physical damage reduction by percentage is also a super welcome defensive attribute. You know, thinking Storm Shield, Shackle, String of Ears, etc. The reason being, most things that are going to take you down fast and unsuspectingly are likely to be physical damage. I'm looking at you, archers off the side of the screen that I can't see. Or how about you, reviving undead that just charged me? Trust me, PDR is going to help. Tip number 4. Hug the edges. Really, this has significantly changed my mapping experience, particularly in tier 1. Instead of just running blindly around the map, hug an edge of the map. This way you can work your way around and work your way into the center and ensure that you will not get surrounded from all sides. This means you only have one area to focus on instead of 360 degrees, and also gives you a good direction of where to go when you're mapping. Like I said, this doesn't apply so well to tier 2 and tier 3, but basically avoid wide open spaces where you can be attacked from all angles and hold on to a wall. Tip number 5. Follow Red Stag Gaming. I'm just kidding, that's not tip number 5. You'll get a real tip number 5 in a moment. But it does pose a point. If you've got some value from this video, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button. It means a lot, motivates me to keep going, motivates me to create content that you want to see. It costs you nothing to hit that button. It helps me a lot, and we can build a better Diablo 2 community together. Make Diablo great again. Anyway, let's try number 5 again. Tip number 5. Use Anya. Seriously, I cannot stress this enough. If you find a map and roll a map that's going to significantly make your life harder, whether it's through increased monster HP, through really nasty player mods, through monster spawning that you're going to struggle with, just re-roll it. I'm serious, re-roll it. In the long run, you'll die less, you'll clear faster, and you'll have a better time. I mean, the only time I would say maybe don't re-roll it is if you have 150 plus magic find and density. Sometimes the pain's worth it. And there we have it. That's my top 5 tips to improve your Project Diablo 2 mapping experience. Now, I hope whether you've just started mapping, you've been doing it for some time, or you're a veteran mapper, you got some value from this video. And if you did, again, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. Until then, I'll see you next time. Happy mapping. Reg Stag out. GG.